How good does it feel to be here? What's going on? I'm Jesse Agler. I'm with my broadcast partner on Padres Radio, Tony Gwynn Jr. Welcome.
It's great to see all you guys here today. Hope you're enjoying yourself here at FanFest 2026. We have a whole lot to look forward to this year.
Yes, we do, and it all starts right now. We got spring training right around the corner. If you're interested in those games, Tony and I have every single one of them covered for you. You'll be able to enjoy that. We got a fun forum for you. Thanks for coming and hanging out. We're going to bring up the leaders of this Padre organization, both on and off the field, and hit them with hopefully all the questions that everybody has been wanting to know. So without further ado, let's start with the brand new manager of your San Diego Padres, now wearing number 14, a familiar face and name, Craig Stammen. Welcome, Craig. Have a seat. CEO of the Padres, Erik Gruepner, is here. And of course, President of Baseball Operations and General Manager, AJ Preller. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Let's pick on the new guy. Craig, it's obviously, I imagine, been a whirlwind. Named manager in November, flying all over the world to meet with Padre players. Now winter meetings, FanFest, spring training about to get popping. What's this been like for you?
It's been a lot of fun, honestly, like just getting involved in this aspect of the team in a whole different realm than what it was as a player and being a special assistant. So I love leadership. That's been a big part of this journey in the off season, is just kind of organizing things, getting our staff in place, and then helping them organize the players, have a great off season, and get ready for spring training. So you're right, it has been a whirlwind. I don't feel like I've stopped since it started, but we're looking forward to spring training. Can't wait.
Sam, speaking of staff, you have some familiar faces returning, Ruben Nieva, Ben Fritz, but you have some new faces. Steven Souza, hitting coach, Randy Orr, bench coach. Talk about the process of putting that staff together and how much you'll lean on it in year one.
Yeah, I knew, I'm a first-year manager, so I needed people that I could count on and that had expertise in the game, and I didn't need to be the smartest man in the room. I needed other smart people. And I think my strategy going in, our strategy overall, was trying to find guys that were young, energetic, past playing experience. That wasn't an end-all be-all, but that's the type of person that we were looking for. And I think we kind of nailed it with our staff. Just being here this week with some of the players, it was pretty cool to see the interactions and the ability to connect and relate to each other. Was something I was looking forward to, and I felt like could make the biggest impact. And, we'll see how it ends up being during the season, but so far so good.
AJ, let's slide over to you. Obviously made this decision to bring Craig in to lead this clubhouse, to lead this team. How has that been going so far from your perspective?
It's been all right.
Ask a stupid question, get a stupid answer.
It's been, honestly, I think, fans know Craig as a player and, maybe a little bit, underappreciated at the time in terms of a reliever, middle reliever that was really big parts of some good teams and some playoff teams. And I think attributes that we saw over the years as a player, it's been seamless in terms of him, on the staff as the manager, leading things. I think the fans are going to be super pumped by what they see here this year. He's put together a great staff. The last few months have been really good in terms of the communication, the conversations with our players. Our guys have had good off seasons, in large part because of what Craig and the staff is doing. So it's been good, and we're really looking forward to it.
AJ, you lose out. You lose Dylan Cease to free agency. You're able to bring back a big pitcher in Michael King, three-year deal. Are you looking to add or bolster that staff, or even the roster in general, before we leave 2 weeks to head to Arizona?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely been something in baseball the last few years, these off seasons. It kind of used to be you get to the winter meetings in December, and there weren't a lot of transactions afterwards. And now it feels like you go right up until spring training. And I think we're always looking to improve the club. I think we understand we have a good team. We have the foundation of the team that's been in the playoffs the last couple of years that's coming back. But we've got we always look to improve and do things better. I think the rotation, like you mentioned, Tony, that's a spot. Getting Michael King back, I don't want to underestimate that. We didn't really have Michael last year, so he's feeling good, he's healthy. It's going to be a big addition. The fan base knows what Michael is capable of, and I think we're super excited about that. But we're going to be working right up until we get into Peoria the last couple of years, getting Nick Pavetta, making the C straight in spring training. I think in the rotation, I'm still probably looking at another bat or two that we've got to try to line up on here.
All right, if your phone rings while we're up here, feel free to go take the call. I think everybody will understand. Eric, let's talk about these fans. First of all, what's up? Everywhere we go around baseball, everybody wants to talk about the fan support here in San Diego. The way that this building is packed every single night, no matter who's coming to town, no matter how many fans they may not have, no matter what day of the week it is or anything else. Eric, the way this business has grown the last few years is remarkable. It's a success story really unlike any of the others we've seen in Major League Baseball. We hear it all the time, small media market, all that kind of stuff. How have we been able to do what we have done?
I mean, the easy answer is right in front of us right now. It's these fans. I mean, we're the best fans in Major League Baseball. They've created a true home field environment in a city that traditionally, prior to the last 6 years, had not been known as a hostile place to come play baseball games. And now we hear it all the time from our counterparts, AJ, Craig, myself, across the league. Teams know when they come into San Diego, they're walking into an absolute environment and a rabid fan base that wants a championship and a team that's consistently playing at a high level. It doesn't happen without the fan support. You mentioned this market. There's challenges in this market, but our fans have allowed us to overcome those challenges because of their support. And really for the last 6 years, we've committed that we're going to put a winning playoff championship caliber team on the field. Into the postseason 4 out of the last 6 years, 2 90-win seasons under AJ's leadership. Excited to see what Craig's going to do with this team to get to the next level. But we're not done, and I know these fans aren't done. We want a championship, and that continues to be our focus.
And you guys should give yourself a round of applause. Eric, you ventured out in the community yesterday with players, coaches, alumni for our annual community tour. What was the experience like? What were some of the highlights?
Yeah, I mean, yesterday was a really special day to the point about how amazing our fans and community are in terms of the level of support we get. Number one yesterday was about going out with our players, with Craig, with our alumni, to get an opportunity to say thank you. To say thank you for the support that we've gotten, which is outstanding. And then second, we just have a positive impact in our community. When a guy like Fernando Tatis Jr., who's larger than life to an elementary school child, comes in with his teammates and says, the fact that you're going to school every day and working hard, is you're doing the right things is important. That hits on another level. And so we are given a unique opportunity because of the platform we have in our community. Guys like Craig, guys like Jake Peavy, guys like Fernando Tatis Jr., all the other players that went out with us yesterday, to encourage the next generation of San Diegans to do the right thing, to be good students, to focus on their education. And so we visited Smythe Elementary School yesterday. We went into 4 classrooms, and they were the classrooms with the best attendance. And when Tatis and his teammates entered those classrooms, it was really awesome to see the expression on the kids' faces. And more than anything, to let them know they're special, they matter, we love them, and they're important.
Love that. All right, AJ, harder one this time. Eric just mentioned it, playoffs 4 out of the last 6 years. Obviously, that is important. That's how you get yourself that opportunity to win it all. But winning it all is the goal. What's the next step for this team? What's getting over this next hump to get this team back to somewhere they haven't been since 1998? That's the World Series, and obviously to do something that's never been done here in San Diego.
Yeah, I think Eric mentioned it. I think something we talk about internally is getting home playoff games. And I think, and obviously, like, to be able to play in front of the Petco Park fans and everything like that, that's huge. What does that mean? That means winning a division title. That means looking honestly at ourselves. We've been a very good team over the last 6 years, but it's like you're talking about being the best of the best. And the quality of the bats, the way we've taken at bats throughout the regular season. How does that transfer to the postseason? Getting our starters an extra inning, and getting them deeper into a ball game. So our best relievers have to get 6 outs instead of 9 outs. And really just being honest with each other, and being honest from an evaluation standpoint, and then really addressing some of the little things that we feel like lead to championship caliber baseball. I think those are all the things that we talk about all the time that we're gonna set forth when we get to Peoria in a couple of weeks. In terms of what that looks like about taking another step. And part of it is just continue to get in the dance, continue to get in the playoffs, and give ourselves a chance for hopefully with some of the things I just mentioned, they start to take over and we're able to go through and get to the World Series and win the World Series. That's been the goal here from day one. You know how bad everybody here wants to do that, and we're gonna do everything we can to do it.
AJ, we often are so focused on the big league roster, but you don't have this big league roster without being able to develop younger talent. Jackson Merrill, Adrian Mortejon come to mind immediately. Who are some of those minor leaguers that you've caught your eye and that could possibly impact this ball club here in 2026?
Yeah, I think at the big league level, I think we saw a glimpse of 2 guys last year, David Morgan and Bradley Rodriguez. They came up, Bradley at the end, David throughout parts of last season. I think seeing them take another step. Robert Suarez signing elsewhere, so there's we feel like we have one of the best bullpens in the league. With Mason Miller and Adrian and Estrada and Adams. So to see Morgan and Bradley kind of add to that's going to be important for us this year. Miguel Mendez was minor league pitcher of the year last year for us, and Garrett Hawkins, those guys contributed. They'll come into camp. They were here at Camp 44, I think, looking for those guys to kind of take a step. And throughout the system, I think we've used our system. You can use your system a lot of different ways. Like you mentioned with Jackson Merrill and Mortejon, they came up and have helped our big league team, but we've also used the system because, we've got a lot of, players and prospects that other teams like. We've used it to kind of help the big league team, try to get to the playoffs and win the World Series. But you got to hit in the draft every single year. Last year, Cruz Schoolcraft, we're super excited about. Ethan Salas coming back this year, we're excited about. So our scouts do a good job. I think you've got to have a strong farm system. We've got some work to do to build the system back up, but there's still a lot there. We'll see it here this year on the minor league and major league stage.
Greg, all those spring trainings as a player, getting your body ready, getting your arm ready, showing up. I imagine it's a very different process right now, getting ready for spring training.
Yeah, you're right. I don't have to worry about working out. It's kind of nice, isn't it, Tony?
Very nice.
But I'm expending a lot of brain power. But I think a lot of it is just getting to know everybody and being on the same page. And as long as we're all on the same page when we show up to Peoria, things are going to go in the right direction and be able to communicate with each other. I'm excited about it. It's going to be a lot of fun. We got a good group, so it's exciting when you got a good group.
Erik, another thing that's on, I think, a lot of fans' mind right now is the potential sale of this team. With that sort of hanging out in the universe, so to speak, how does that impact things right now as we get ready for this 2026 season?
Yeah, really no impact in terms of preparing for the 26th season. As John Seiler mentioned, AJ, myself, Craig, our goal remains the same. We're very fortunate to have an ownership group that's going to continue to commit to payroll. We expect to be a top 10 payroll team in Major League Baseball again this year, very similar to where we were at last year. And, I just think realistically for us to continue to compete for the playoffs and the championship, that's where we need to be. And we've been very fortunate to have an ownership group that's committed to give us those resources. And as we look forward to who might be the next owner of the team, I can just tell you the process is going very well. And in particular from the perspective that really anybody that could end up in that position is going to keep that commitment going. Not only the commitment to put a championship caliber team on the field, but win a championship if we don't get it done this season, and I think we will. And then beyond that, continue to have a positive impact in our community. So what we've been doing now underneath the current ownership group, it's going to be more of the same commitment to winning, the same commitment to the San Diego community, and that's critically important as we look ahead to that transition.
Erik, last year you hired a Padres legend in Jake Peavy to be a special assistant to the CEO himself. What has your relationship been like with Jake, and how have you been able to utilize his baseball experience in that role?
I mean, Jake is, I think a lot of these fans that have been around long enough to see him play here, or perhaps even meet him, he's here today. I hope everybody gets a chance to meet him. He's an incredible guy, right? Two-time World Series champion, won a Cy Young when he played here for the Padres. I think the really cool thing about Jake is he had a lot of options when he was trying to decide which organization he was going to affiliate himself with now that his playing career is over. And he chose the Padres because he feels like this is home. He believes in AJ, he believes in Craig, he believes in what we're doing on the baseball side. And he's just the ultimate Swiss Army knife. You know, I mean, he's a musician, he's a two-time World Series champion, he's a good-looking man. He knows a ton on the baseball side. He's a great guy to hang out with our corporate partners. He's always happy to go out to the community like he did yesterday. So he's really already made his presence known. We've benefited this organization in a lot of different ways. And I know I speak for AJ and Craig when I say he's a great guy to have come into that Major League clubhouse, talk to our guys about what it takes to get to that next level and win a World Series championship, and also to go to a guy that we just drafted. You know, he had phone conversations with guys that we drafted. Imagine you just got drafted by the San Diego Padres, and next to being able to talk to this guy, you get a phone call from Jake Peavy. That's pretty special.
Continue our leadership forum here with Tony Gwynn Jr., manager Craig Stammen, CEO Erik Gruepner, and general manager AJ Preller. Craig, it is a WBC year, World Baseball Classic, phenomenal tournament, tremendous baseball, something I know we all get excited about as fans, but that does provide a little bit of a twist, I know, when it comes to spring training. How do you and the staff sort of handle that whole situation?
Yeah, it's definitely different. And obviously, my first year, it's not a normal spring training, but you go back the previous 5 years, we haven't had a normal spring training. There's been a lot going on the last few years. But I think the part of it that I think we're trying to accomplish is we want these guys to perform their best when they're playing for their country. And so part of them performing their best for their country is also them being ready to perform their best when they're Padres. And so when we see, you know, Fernando and Manny playing for Team Dominican Republic, we're going to be rooting for Team Dominican Republic. We're ready to see those guys show off. That means we got them ready for that tournament. And that by them showing off, they're going to come back to us, bring an experience back that none of us got to have, and then hopefully take us on a championship run throughout the season.
All right, who's ready for baseball? We'll take that. First spring training game coming up February 20th against the Seattle Mariners in Peoria. Who's going to be there? A few of you. All right, good. Make your way out there if you can. How about a big round of applause and a thank you? AJ Preller, Erik Gruepner, manager Craig Stammen. Enjoy FanFest, everybody. Thank you for being out here.
Thanks, guys. Go Pods.
By the way, there is another Q&A forum coming up in about a half an hour. Don and Mudd will be back with some of the players. So as you mingle around Gallagher Square and the Tony Gwynn Terrace, back here at 1:15 for another forum. Thank you all.